as much ketchup as you need. and then eat a napkin or two. You get everything you need right there.
Yeah, it was an early Joseph to see how long you can stay at a restaurant without ordering more food.
Is it really?
Yeah. Or it might have been a stunt back when we were in Omaha that we had somebody do. Like we had them get hot water in a bowl.
Hot water in a bowl? Maybe.
Start filling it with sugar.
Wow.
You want to order anything? No, I'm just still thinking about it. It's putting an awful lot of sugar in water.
That wouldn't last long.
Subway. $6 foot long. It's $5 less.
Yeah, what do you charge?
If you want to stay under $5, you can get a 6-inch sub just with veggies.
Get out of here. This is they didn't even try. Yeah. You're right. It's a $5 list, and they actually gave you something that was more than $5.
Right? That makes sense.
So
Burger
why is it
King.
$6
Yeah,
foot long? And because they have to put the extra inch in there now.
Yeah, they had.
That's why.
That's it.
Yeah.
They needed to change their branding after everything was going crazy.
And if you have to spend $5 for just 6 inches of vegetables,
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, thanks for that on the list. Yeah, that's really the best way to fill up your belly.
But we just go everywhere else.
Thanks for the fistful of money.
Never thought about how fat it sounds to order food in inches.
I'd like 12 cubic inches of French fries, please.
Give me 5 liters of meat. That's smear.
Is that how you order the smear?
I think so,
The
yeah.
red smear?
Yeah.
For Burger King, you can get a double cheeseburger, a BK bacon burger, small fries, and a chocolate sundae for about $5. Okay, that's a home run.
That's way better than their stupid 6 inches of vegetable sandwich.
This is Cal. Cal, you have a different Burger King option?
Yes, 30 nuggets for
30 nuggets?
30?
How does that work out? They just tell them.
You leave a window and you say, can I have 30 nuggets? And then they charge you $4.50. What part of that did you miss?
I mean, how much are the nuggets there? That seems
They're
insane.
about 30 for $4.50.
You know what? I'm not trusting Cal. That seems insane. Like, do you just order the nuggets and they go, that'll be
nuggets? Yes,
that'll be $8, and then you throw $4.50 at him and run away with nuggets?
He didn't say they were chicken nuggets.
I don't know what they are either, but I ordered them one time and I was like, what? That is insane.
So you're saying they have a 30-piece nugget on there for $40 or $4.50?
No, he said they have a 10-piece for
It's a 10-piece
$1.50.
nugget for $1.50, but you can get 3 of them.
It is. Yeah.
Damn, that's good.
Well done, Cal.
Yeah, that is. No.
No,
Seems
they did.
unreal.
I know they for a while. I don't know if it was a special promotion, but their nuggets were so cheap. Yeah, they still are. Are they really? Yeah, I'm a nugget guy. They're good. Love my nuggets. Theirs are good.
Are these real nuggets or these are chicken fries?
No, they're nuggets. The chicken fries are expensive, which I love chicken fries too.
I know if you want damn chicken in a tube form that they call fries, it's very pricey. It's worth it though. You want classic nuggets, people eat 30 for $4.50.
Yeah, McDonald's nuggets. They're good.
I like any of them.
McDonald's, the McNugget is like a class all by itself. There's nothing else like it.
No,
It's awesome.
it's the perfect amount of like filler.
Perfect 6 shades.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought you were and then bit into it and it was,
Honking
you might
asshole.
like a fish nugget, but when it's a surprise, that is not something you'd like.
Well, how did that happen to you?
It was like a buffet, table. Like
I thought you meant at McDonald's. I'm like, I don't even remember a fish nugget.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
you've
that
been
would-
alive for
that would
like
be
50
really-
years longer than I have.
That's
So.
not true. That's very offensive. No, if you went to McDonald's and like, yeah, chicken McNuggets. Ah, it tastes like fish. God.
Anytime you eat the wrong food from what your brain thinks it's going to be a bad day. I remember years ago when we were at Radio Campers in San Antonio, or maybe it was still in Dallas, and I bit into what I thought was a mozzarella stick because the table had ordered a lot of mozzarella sticks. What I got though was a very similarly shaped, similarly breaded and fried piece of calamari.
Oh yeah. Dramatically.
Way different
like
there
350.
were there not words on the side?
There were, absolutely. Yeah. It was all being documented as it happened.
That's remarkable.
And then he ended up running out of the store with his bag of squash. But they wouldn't give him the cheese.
One time at our house, we were going to play some shed ball. We were all like 14 or 15.
Yeah.
And this kid, Vic Wenzel, came over. And he didn't eat lunch, and I hadn't yet either. So in between games, we went into the house, grabbed something out of the freezer, hot dogs. And then the level of our cooking expertise was to throw said hot dogs into the microwave, cook them for however long it took,
Right, yeah.
and then eat them as fast as possible.
Sure. That's how you do a hot dog.
So we didn't have buds, so we put it in bread.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let mine cool off, I decided. But as we're walking through the garage, he bites into his. Now, there were two failures inside his hot dog that his body was not prepared for. One, we didn't cook it long enough, so it's blazing hot on the outside and cold, not quite frozen on the inside.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
cold, that's gross.
Second surprise was the one that caused him to puke on Mom and Dad's Monte Carlo, and that was that it was a cheese hot dog, and neither of us knew that.
Oh, but that's a good surprise.
Yeah.
It's cold.
You're right.
And your body's expecting warm hot dog all the way through.
Yeah.
And you're bracing for burning your mouth, and then all of a sudden there's something cold and a different consistency on the inside. That's not good.
Half frozen cheese.
It's kind of the best of both worlds, though, really. If you bite into a hot dog where the outside is like lava, it's convenient that the inside is cold and soothing.
It probably saved him from an internal blister.
No,
Probably.
that's never how it works.
Yeah.
Because you get burned, but then the cold just makes you miserable. It never fixes
Is
it
any in the same spot?
No.
On the next segment, it's a guy that's just being creative. So why is everybody mad at him and arresting him? Felonies and stuff. Joe, your energy is strong. I don't know what's good. You sat here resting all day yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, I did. Well, I sat here and I rested all day yesterday, but there's one thing I still did. We didn't talk, obviously, but man, was I going crazy with control. I had nothing else to do. I needed my tea levels for sitting. Now, yesterday, I was popping and rushing. I drive elites. That helps me reach the apex of my rock climbing career, amateur career. You see what we did yesterday?
No, I didn't follow your joking activities yesterday.
Well, I thought you guys saw me. I wanted you to comment on my, decent pace.
I did, man. You're full.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Now, again, I take the end from your lead for that. But you did it. Now, say you don't have the time that I do to go out and get a decent view.
Yeah, you don't have a ball near you.
Yeah, maybe you don't. Maybe you don't have a sense of reach. So, they call it, it's a ball desert. They live in a ball desert. Yeah, no. Well, luckily, M20 has created a new supplement. It's been then you're 8, 10, 12 hours, 6 days a week. Damn it, you don't have time to go to the gym. Spend an hour working out across the can't get up and go 5-mile runs. No! You're staying in shape is your job. That's why Endrop developed Workforce. Workforce is what you want. It contains time-release caffeine. That gives you energy for many hours. It's sustainable, too. Nice, easy energy all day.
Like that.
Feeds you the power as you move.
I like that.
Yeah, that's right. Say you're one of those guys who drinks 1 million energy drinks a day, spit it out. Get some Workforce. You want clinical levels of proven herbal extracts? You want it to support your testosterone, while reducing cortisol and stress?
Yeah.
And improves your sex drive.
Mm-hmm.
Purchase and drive almost anywhere. Like you stop by your local Walgreens or Dwayne Reed. Snag some Workforce today. Or our listeners can go to mdrivestrong.com. MDRIVE strong.com. Because MDrive is taking 25% off your Workforce purchase.